For the latest film interviews, reviews, and everything making news in pop culture, subscribe to Film Companion now.
If 6 people laugh at my jokes, I'm happy that at least 6 laughed out of 600 people, in the auditorium. That's fine.
People actually laugh at your jokes?
Yeah, I had paid them. Those 6 guys had paid them. So, so they laugh.
I'm one of those, Suresh. I love you very much.
Yes, of course I know.
When is the last time a director asked you to do something ridiculous, which you knew wasn't funny, but you had to do it anyway?
I've been doing that since the time I joined the industry. It's been 25 years I've been doing that. We realized one thing, Cyrus actually doesn't give a fuck about your questions.
Hi, Arshad, Boman, Cyrus, Suresh. It's great to have you on Film Companion.
Thank you, buddy.
Thank you.
Good morning.
I'm so excited to be talking to the four of you. I feel like among many things, you have all made a career out of making us laugh hysterically for so many years. And it's great to be sort of picking your brain. We are obviously here to discuss your new comedy reality show on Amazon Prime. The concept of the show, of course, is a bunch of hilarious people and comedians all stuck in a house together, trying to make each other laugh. Arshad, Boman, you are, of course, the judges. So firstly, I just want to ask, at this stage, how tough is it to make all of you laugh? I feel like you've seen it all and done it all. Is it tough to make you laugh?
I'll take that. First and foremost, with due respect to Boman, Arshad and Suresh, they have never made me laugh. They have upset me. They made me feel pain. And they've always made me feel like going away from the area, but not laugh. And that's my daughter. If you'd like to say
that for so many years, it's not working. He's still here.
So that's a no then. It's very tough to make you laugh.
Yeah, Cyrus scares me.
Does he make you laugh? That's the question. Answer the question. Does he make you laugh?
No, he doesn't make me laugh. He scares me. In fact, when he cracks jokes and when he was doing that bakra and all, I used to get so terrified. I used to tell my dad, please don't let me go outside the house and all. Much younger than Cyrus, of course. I've been watching him from the time I was growing up. So
Cyrus scares me, the thumbnail of this interview. And obviously, the concept of the show is you have so many different kinds of funny people, all in the same house. You have actors and content creators and stand-up comedians. So was being on that set as fun and just insane as it looks?
You're talking about, Boman and my experience was different. We were enjoying the show. We were enjoying these guys because they're all ferociously talented. Man, I'm not kidding. Like you heard them speak, you heard Cyrus and Suresh speak right now. They don't need funny lines. They can just talk, and that's enough for you to start laughing. So imagine being in a house with guys like this and not laughing. It is by far one of the toughest shows I think anybody could ever do.
Suresh, please understand what Arshad is saying. He's saying that even if he gave you funny lines, it's just not going to work. Okay? His point is very clear. So don't think great of yourself all the time.
Don't worry. So just because of that,
turn it.
Yeah, turn it. This is my tribute to Rajat Kapoor.
On the hard-boiled egg with a little hair.
Did you ever wish you were in the house?
Suchin, no, I would never have been able to manage in the house. If I was in the house, I would attempt, giving it a go. But I would be the first one to laugh and be thrown out of it. I'm not cut out for it.
I'll answer for both of them. They're shy. Both Arshad and Boman have what is called Caribbean-like personalities. They're hearty laughers. They're not those kind of guys who hold back. So I think any loud personalities who laugh heartily, that's going to be a bit of a challenge because it's something that happens all the time. Luckily, Suresh has no personality, as you can tell from the hair, and very rarely laughs. He was really top seed because of that.
Needed the props.
Yes. Show them your laughing expression if you can. That's it. That's right. Nailed it. That's it.
And you've all obviously been working for so many years, and you're all known for very different kinds of comedy. Arshad, Boman, you're obviously responsible for some of the most memorable comedic characters on screen. Suresh, Cyrus, we've seen you play different characters and sketches and, make jokes about current affairs. So how do all of you feel the definition of funny has changed over the years? Do you feel like, because there's so much that's happened over the last few years, the stand-up comedy, there's the internet, so has the definition of funny changed at all?
Yeah, it's tough for me to answer any of these questions because I don't want to be funny. I joined a bloody channel where all the men were really good looking and the women were very pretty. So the only thing left for me to do was be stupid. So I just made a career out of being stupid and without entering politics. That, of course, is the next step. So having said that, even I think Boman and Arshad, Boman both come from the theatre. That's their background. Very few people know how good a dancer Arshad is, for example. And before he became a famous superstar, he's actually arguably the best dancer in Bollywood, which is something he's subdued with. One day we should take him offline to find out why. But yeah, so all that is there. I don't know where we've gone with your question, but I'd like to come back to Suresh.
We realized one thing. Cyrus actually doesn't give a fuck about your questions.
No, I have ADD. Suchin, I just can't remember the question after 2 minutes. If you ask very simple yes/no questions, like "Are you a man?" No, immediately, and it will solve the problem.
So, Cyrus, you have ADHD problem. Boman has age problem. He also doesn't remember.
I'll keep it to multiple choice questions.
Yeah. and clearly dementia has set in for Suresh because he just keeps doing this to his head.
But no, the question was, do you feel the definition of funny has changed over the years? Because we've seen so much happen with comedy over the last 5 years.
That's a question for you. Yeah. Do you think the definition of funny has changed over the years?
But it's the wrong person who's answering it. The wrong
but
person.
Also, you answer
I'm not the.
It's like beauty lies in the eye. Beauty lies in the eye of the beholder, as Huck told Iqbal at a tree next to my house. And so it's also to do with the fact of what you find funny. So I don't get into that too much, because sometimes you find a banana peel joke funny and, sometimes a very sophisticated underlayer political satire joke funny or whatever. So, whatever gets you to laugh, I think that's the definition of funny. I think we shouldn't get too complex about what is funny. It's like, do you like Test cricket and T20? Boman will explain. He's a very erudite man. Boman, in 15 minutes or less.
Cyrus, you took the words right out of my mouth. You took the words right. I'm going to leave it to you today, Cyrus. You have no idea how proud I am of you right now for holding the fort and
and speaking in English,
telling us the truth about Suresh. I just love it.
But
yeah, I'll say one more thing. I'll add to what Cyrus is saying. If I find a certain kind of humor that doesn't work for me, but if it works for somebody else, at least he's laughing, man. That's the idea. Let him laugh. Make him laugh. That's what Donald O'Connor said.
I think this question should be given to the audiences, because people feel that audiences have changed over the last few years. Stand-up scene has come up, and a lot of these guys who are doing it, they're doing it well, and they got a lot of fan following and all that. But I feel, as Cyrus said, what makes you laugh? If 6 people laugh at my jokes, I'm happy that at least 6 laughed out of 600 people, in the auditorium. That's fine.
I get people actually laugh at your jokes.
Yeah, I had paid them. Those 6 guys had paid them. So, so they laughed.
I'm one of those, Suresh. I love you very much.
Yes, of course I know.
Suresh, I also love you, but I don't get the wig.
Is the downside of people, of you guys making people laugh, is the downside of that people think you're funny all the time, or they expect you to be funny all the time? And is that annoying?
Well, in orgies, I found it very difficult to keep up, frankly speaking. Some of the men really, ask for too much at the same time. But those are once in a month scenarios. Suresh doesn't call me anymore whenever his building society gets together. But so I do miss that. But there are, when I was drinking, now I don't drink. I think Arshad still does. But at 2 a.m, somebody will come and say stupid things. You're really drunk. Hey, jokes now. Those are moments when you really feel a rush of blood.
But you know what, Suchin, I'll tell you the fact, okay? For me, I believe, and I think I'm pretty darn right about it, all the stand-up comedians we have, all the comedians we have are freaking highly intelligent guys. They are well aware of what's happening around the world. To make humor out of reality, which of course we have enough of that, but you have to know what is happening to make a satire out of it. That is the whole thing. And you have people who are weird who come and say joke mark. You understand the weirdness and the irony of it. That dude, what are you saying? So I know, even I got that in the beginning of my career. I used to have people saying, "Arey wow!" I said, "Ek joke sunao." I'm like, God, what are you talking about? So yes, but it's weird. But
they don't see the work that goes behind it.
Yeah, nobody really does. I don't. That's the whole sad part. Like when anybody, like I listen to Veer Das or I listen to all these guys, the amount of knowledge they have about the scenario is immense. Why don't people see that? is what is the sad part.
Cyrus, there's a lot of work that goes behind your comedy.
I'm not talking about
Yeah,
Boman.
Comedian Cyrus.
I'm not endorsing internet piracy, but yes, there is a lot of work.
Yeah.
Oh, that was, my goodness, what a bullet that was. Yeah. Massive one.
But again, I'll just say one thing, because we get this question asked a lot. Firstly, I just don't understand why people have to keep. John Lennon answered that when they kept asking him about Lucy in the Sky and Diamonds. What's the layer thinking? Is it about LSD and this and that? And he finally said, look, it's just a song. So sometimes it's just a joke, and people want to find more like Shakespearean meaning to it and layer upon layer of meaning to it. And it's ridiculous to have that conversation beyond a point. And, I think sometimes we overanalyze. May I speak of...
You think people ask Suresh that kind of question? What's the deeper meaning in your joke?
Suresh has no friends, Boman. When you wear a wig like that and step out in society, forget lockdown. Everybody runs.
Luckily, I've done like more than 50 plus films, more than Cyrus.
60, 59, 60. All three of us together. Bolo.
Including 2 Malayalam films and, 2
Marathi films.
And I'm known for my serious acting in Malayalam films. So when people come up to me, they take selfies. They never ask me to crack a joke, because I've never been that funny anyways. So, they never come in. They respect me. They take photographs. They, some of them make their wives stand next to me and take photographs. It's been a wonderful journey. That way, I never faced this problem, seriously.
That's how you've arrived.
Also, you have an exclusive female fan following, Suresh.
Yeah, see,
so it's a different sort of adulation that you get.
They are so exclusive, they're not even called females.
Then let's call them by their real name, pre-males. It's a pre-male.
See, it's very tough to be a good-looking, funny guy in this line of work, So for me, so it's been a bit of a problem. Yeah, but it's okay. So I don't get a lot of roles, which normally goes to Cyrus. And thankfully, Cyrus hasn't done too many movies. So I don't know what I'm talking about right now.
And whatever role Cyrus was getting, now Boman is taking it away.
And do you feel funny can be taught? Do you feel like you can teach someone how to be funny or perform character, or is it inherent? Either you are or you aren't.
Inherent. I don't know about you.
You're talking about the acting, like what Arshad and Boman can do on the screen as actors?
Acting or performing or stand-up, any form of comedy.
Those are 2 different things, because that's about creating a comedy piece and all that. Arshad and Boman, what they can do, I don't think others can do. You'll get other people translating in their own way, but you won't get what they give to you. As comedians, because there's a lot of that is instinctive. If I've worked with both of them, and they're innovative actors, it's their thing. It's just a natural process. Of course, both are hardworking, unlike me, so we don't work for long. But that's another concept. But having said that, it's not that you can't train people. There are people who train themselves, but they work on a very conscious level. And after some time, I feel that the people who work on a very conscious level don't have fun. They don't let themselves go. And when you see the best performances of Arshad and Boman, is where they really let themselves go. And when that happens, that's when the art form really is being met. So as a judge, as a superior judge to these 3 on art, I would just blankly say that when those moments come, it's when the conscience has been breached.
I'm in a state of shock. Cyrus is making sense today. I can't believe what happens. Yeah. But
you know what they say, the Joker is also the wise man. Sometimes the wise man is also the Joker. In our country, it's easy to...
Don't push it. I didn't say that. And I didn't say. But I tend to agree with everything that Cyrus is saying today, actually. Good. Well done, Cyrus. Well done.
And now he's going to repeat whatever he said just now.
No, I did right from the time when my friend Kunal, arguably the ugliest man I've ever met in my life, became a big star with a ad called Sil Jam. Boman, one second, Sil Jam. I don't know if you remember that. And then we'd walk on the road, and the Indian public's way of showing love and respect would be to tell him, "Hey, roki dikhao," because he used to cry in the ad. And it was just very infantile after some time. And their meaning was good, but it just sounded like juvenile people having juvenile conversations about juvenile things. And he, of course, was horrible. His reaction, he was like, "Tera father ko pucho," that kind of thing. So after Kunal's stardom quelled a little, thankfully Boman, Arshad, who are far nicer with people, Suresh also came out, so that was fine. But why do we do that as a public? Suchin, you should ask that question. Would that happen in the West? Really, a guy go to an actor or model or whatever and ask him to cry for him and gets his kicks out of that? It's a little stupid. Asking Arshad to do his dialogues, or Boman for that matter, popular as they are, because it's in the context of a film. It's not, he doesn't just stand there and Baikala on a sidewalk and deliver 2 lines for you. It just sounds stupid. But then I don't like human beings, so maybe I'm wrong.
Cyrus on fire today. Broacha on fire.
Before I let you go, we just want to play a quick game with you guys where it's called When Was the Last Time? I give you a couple of scenarios and you just tell me the last time these things happened to you. So the first one was, when was the last time you took something from the set of a project you were working on?
Last 2 weeks back.
Was it this project?
Film I do.
I do every time, or film, whatever it is. Even if it's a documentary to help the blind, I take something. Yeah.
I've only taken good memories back from sets.
Oh, shut up.
And wigs. And wigs. There's not a wig left.
Many a time when you're on the set, no, you get to see such fabulous things which you personally never go out to buy.
The next one I have was, when is the last time a director asked you to do something ridiculous which you knew wasn't funny, but you had to do it anyway?
I've been doing that since the time I joined the industry. It's been 25 years I've been doing that.
Yeah. I think we can't go above that answer. That ends it.
What do you do in those situations? You just have to play ball and do whatever it is?
Think about the check.
Okay, honestly, there have been certain times, you know, it's a bad bloody joke and it's a bad skit or whatever, but you gotta do it. It's your job to do it. You do it. You just try and do the best you can and try and see that it works as much as possible. So yeah, it's okay.
The next one was, when was the last time you fell asleep during the narration of a film or project?
It happened.
That's a very good awkward silence.
I've done.
I want to hear Suresh's also, because he's done 60 films in 6 languages. So I want to hear that as well.
And he heard only 10 of them.
The language he doesn't speak. That's what I want to know.
No.
What the narration? How did the narration go?
Suresh, you also, please, don't let.
It never happened, because normally my narrations with the directors used to be, "Acha, ye Hrithik Roshan hai, tu uska dost hai." Next.
Very efficient narration.
So the only long narration I got was for Mohan Lal's film, Mohan Lal. So which I did in Kerala, Brambaram. For that, I really got a really long narration. I couldn't sleep during that narration because it was so intense. After the narration, I just asked him one question: why me? I'm supposed to be a funny guy in Mumbai. Why me? Why should I do this role? And he became very emotional, and he almost, he had tears in his eyes. So I felt, for a moment that he's going to cry on me or something like that. But then I realized that was his way of talking later on. And he was a very strict director. Bless you, Thomas.
What was the real reason?
What
Budget?
was the real reason? Why did they cast you?
They cast me, now I realize, because one of the main actors was supposed to do that role, Jairam. He was not available. His dates were clashing. And he didn't want to play that anti-hero who's getting beaten up by the hero. So I was in a negative role, and longest narration that I can tell you, which was in Malayalam film Brahmaram.
Boman, do you have any strategies for exhausting narrations?
Yeah, I find there is something about a narration that can put you to sleep. It's one person talking, and it can become drony after a while, even if it's a good film, even if it's a good story, because there's one voice that's droning all the time. And I'm concentrating a lot. I have gone to sleep many a time. I have, and I tell them, I'm taking a nap, we'll start again. So I take a nap, and I wake up, and we continue. We have an interval, right?
Like Boman and writer narrating, Boman listening. After some time, they both go to a room, go to sleep. Then they come back and start again.
Very peaceful narration. I would happily do this for 5 more hours, but unfortunately, I've been told to wrap up. Thank you so much. This was, I think, the most fun I've ever had in an interview, and I really do wish we could keep doing it. And I really
to the social life of young Indians.
There is.
Oh yeah, Cyrus, finish.
Sorry.
Finito.
Nice to thank you very much. Great fun.
We really look forward to the show. I think it's a time where we all could use some laughs right now. So we really look forward to it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Bye-bye, Suchin.